Hi, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. Let's continue exploring Chinese expressions that capturing the essence of today's technology. So let's check out today's expression. And we have 人机协作. Okay, 人机协作 talks about human and computer. 机 here means computer in today's age. The machine that's the best and hottest, the most on top of mind of the type of machine we use every day is computer. And 协作 means collaboration. Human computer collaboration here. Okay, 人, again, left and right structure. Simplified Chinese looks like two legs standing being. That's the shape of human on their two legs. And the ancient one have this asymmetrical structure that I romanticize it as the linear plus the non-linear side of us combined into one. Or this could be the side view of this. This is the front, the arm, and these are the legs. And these are probably the torso. I mean, it could be like that. However, you decide to read the icon, it's two simple strokes, and there is only the concept of one, or the concept of origin, or the concept of universe that involves one stroke. And two strokes is when people are talking, when humans, the language, start to talk about humans ourselves. It's, I like human in English, it's two syllables, right? Or man, right? That's simple enough. But the Chinese make it even more simple, just two strokes. Read as 人, okay. 机, okay, 机 is made of a much more complicated structure. I guess humans, before we know how to simplify things, we have to make things complicated. And this complication kind of shows like our technological savvy / unsavviness. We don't exactly know, but okay, the left side is the wood symbol, and the wood is made of tree symbol. Tree simply have the canopy of a tree, the root of the tree connected by the tree trunk. And tree as a type of plant is the source of where we get wood. So when we see a tree symbol in this icon, we know it's the wood that we're using. So 木 is the pronunciation of that, and that's one of the 5 main materials in ancient Chinese society specified. So other ones will involve fire. Okay, 金木水火土. 金 means mineral or metal. 木 is the wood. 水 means water. 火 fire. 土 means clay or soil. So that's the main 5 materials ancient society classified into. And mu is one of them here. And I guess because of the properties of the wood, it's pliable enough to make into all kinds of shapes and sturdy enough to hold the shape long, right? So it's kind of perfect for humans to handmade tools made of wood. Okay, and the top 4 circles put on a string simply is equivalent of today's trolley system. That's an amplifier of the force applied, and one is attached to the edge of here, and this edgy thing, this looking thing, is the ancient tool or farming tool or weaponry. It pronounced as 戈, and that's like double purpose tool making, either farming or weaponry. And here is a super streamlined, simplified human character, which is the full spelling. I mean, it's a full spelling form, looks like that, but because it's a part, it's made of so many different characters, and it only can afford a small space on this 2D frame. So it got shrunken and also streamlined without fully spreading out to make a non-linear form on here. And here it becomes like linear, just 2 strokes. We know that's a human. So human is the one who pulled the trigger. And humans also are the ones who make such tools that can amplify your force, right? And then this weaponry or farming can be both productive or destructive tool, depends on how you're using it, right? It's content. So in the whole process, the right side plus the word symbol means the bow or the archery that's amplified. So I would imagine that's the most advanced military technology back then, that you can shoot the arrow far enough because it's a long distance weaponry. And this multiplier of power, of energy done by this trolley system. And in this case, it would be archery, it would be weaponry, right? So this is not a farming tool in that context. But for a moment, I was just thinking this 2023, I guess the popularization or top of mind of AI, kind of AI coming of age in terms of societal recognition of its power, right? Because we're trying to incorporate that into our everyday living and work, even if it's a gradual process, but like 2023, at least on the conscious level, like it becomes like top of mind for many people and businesses. And so this almost illustrate this ancient mechanism of weaponry, long, far-flung, weaponry of archery, almost illustrate exactly the relationship between humans and human-made tools. Because there's material involved in, material taken from nature, right? Even if wood is a regenerative resource, and we have humans still in there. We have this built-in human decision-making mechanism in there. And then we have this amplifier to, because humans, we have many, many limitations. We have our bio limitation. And by making elaborate tools, we can amplify it. And then I guess this trolley system is representing this technology. And then this farming versus weaponry represent application of the technology. You either use it to produce or to destroy. And this application, this multiplication or amplification, this empowering, and then plus the human in this button pushing or trigger pulling decision-making role together illustrates, like today, we have a much, much more powerful machine than this archery device in ancient times. But still, it's in our language, but still in today's context, it's applicable. Humans are still facing its essential question of our relationship with our creation, our own machine we made. And it's only getting more and more powerful. And you can see here, we'll still put a human in the loop, even if it's a small, like tiny little bit of proportion to the whole architecture, right? We still have humans in the loop. So I hope that probably gives us in 2024 some kind of a connection to, okay, this is an ancient problem we have been facing all the way to here. Okay, 协作. 协, again, you see the repetition of 3 things duplicated. So, I mean, triplified. I don't know if that's a name, times 3. So Chinese, when we express multitudes of things, we put 2 for most of the time. And when we say it's a lot of them, because, okay, when we say tree, right? Singular, it's wood or tree. When we have 2 of them, so 2 of them will look like this, side by side. That means woods. So instead of just singular wood, that means woods, a bunch of trees. And when we stack the 3rd one of them on top of it, okay, it's not the best drawing. So tree. So when we have 3 of them together, now it has a vertical stacking up process. It's always 1 on the top, 2 at the bottom, always this structure. If we put 3 replicate of something 3 times, 1 on the top, 2 at the bottom, structure forms a triangle, right? Also visually it's more stable. The 2 have to be able to wider at the bottom to hold up the one on the top, visually stable. That means not only woods, it become a vertical woods. So that's forest. That's a Chinese way to translate this woods, forest concept into Chinese. It's just the same element. We multiply it, we triplify it, and then that becomes forest. And so here, this one thing means power, or the raking, or the plow. So this simply is a device of an ancient, farming tool. Again, here we have 3 of them, but it doesn't necessarily mean only 3 sharp edges. I can imagine it's many sharp edges as far as a human labor or farm animal can pull it through. So it's a plowing tool, and this plowing tool, as the beginning of preparing soil ready to farm, it's the first step, and probably is labor intensive because you have to go through the soil, right? Put in a lot of force. So eventually this icon becomes muscle power, and eventually this muscle also fade, becomes power, or become li means, li simply means power or force. It can be like a mechanical, physical, in a physical sense, or it can be political, becomes political power struggle, also that. So 3 of them means a lot of such power. And then here, this cross looking thing is a Chinese number 10. So this number 10, and I also have 3 of them, that means really a collaboration of multitudes of people doing the same thing. And 10 probably, it means 10 times, at least 10 times of this plow. So you can imagine many people, Chinese are kind of good at this. If you still remember 2008, Beijing had Olympic Games, and in the opening ceremony, Chinese, I was trained when I was growing in China to be part of this big formation of form some big kind of Rose Bowl progression is like individual decoration, right? No, but in Chinese training, even as a young child, I was part of this big picture formation, like form a big, progression or a picture of something. So I was like a tiny little pixel in a big picture. That was early on, and I guess Chinese just exhibited in this Olympic game too, like multitudes of people, like a population is a strength or a feature of this country that would make this huge collaboration of multitudes of people, like hundreds or thousands of actors doing something choreographed, doing it together, and in a sharp coordination, in a high synchrony. And that shows the power. And that's like, when executed right, it's so powerful, because human coordination or synergy is such a beautiful thing to, almost like a miracle to witness, right? So this collaboration, you can almost imagine that of this farming tool represented power tool. So we have many manpower input in there to accomplish something like 10 times at least of a singular 1 unit of power. So that's collaboration, collab, okay. And this act made of this, again, there's a human figure. You see, this is a streamlined human figure, but because now it's put, there are only 2 icons in there, and it designated to the left side, and it become elongated. So Chinese character can transform itself in proportions, all kinds of transformation to fit the frame, to become part of the story, part of the picture. But the essence, the structure, like a 2-leg standing being, still there. Okay, so this is human figure again, just like that, 3-time occurrence just in this phrase. And then the right side, actually here, is the lower ground. And here is again 2-leg standing being. This character itself means death. One possible explanation is that this human figure trying to getting close to lower ground. So lower ground means somebody is below ground. So somebody either hiding or permanently buried underground. And that's signal. So our life's journey, the very end of it, the death in Chinese, visually expressed by human going underground. So this human in relationship to spatial sense of are we above ground or underground signifies if you're living or death. So this character means death. Now we have one extra horizontal line in there. Okay, so this line almost provide a context or a barrier between this human and underground. So that means this person is still above the ground. We can interpret it this almost like at the ground level, and this is underground, and that person is still above the ground. So what people do above the ground? They move, they do things, they act, right? And this paired with this human figure, again here, simply means act, means you're moving. Because I guess humans' nature is we are mobile and we keep moving, keep changing, right? So when you're above ground, when you still have time on your hand, you can still do things. That's what you do. People do things, act. So together, collab, act. 协作 means collaboration. Okay, so in collaboration, like a multitudes amplifier of power, and then 做 means you're acting, you're working on something together, right? Amplified acting together. So 人机协作, I translate it as a copilot because yeah, GitHub has this copilot. I think they capture a good name of the relationship between human and machine. We are the pilot. We are the decision maker. We know where we're going. We are driving the airplane, so to speak. But the this machine serves as the co-pilot. It's kind of like a reminder of errors. If we're making human errors, because humans are error prone, right? So they are going to correct us or point us or alert us. That's the role of the machine. And so this co-pilot from the GitHub is a collection of coders. It's a coder community. So it's the ultimate human computer collaboration playground or library of that, right? So no surprising, like they come up with this program empowered by ChatGPT technology, right? This LLM enabled, because if we look at a coding language, the language that humans speak to machine is a type of language. So this ChatGPT, this large language model, can still like work on the human computer lingo, just like human to human lingo. Human to computer lingo can also be captured by ChatGPT and come up with ways to express fluently or automate so that you can expedite your coding process. So this 人机协作 then I think can be just captured by Copilot, this concept of we have two drivers, but okay, humans, we know where we're going, therefore we are the main pilot, versus machine are sitting on the co-pilot seat, are going to prevent us to make those human errors, make us safer, drive better, or whatever endeavor we're acting on. And then that's the beauty, the collaboration. I mean, in today's world, terminology would be human augmentation, right? It's augmented, so your capacity are 10 times. This is literally 10 times, right? Power you. So that's the concept of 人机协作. And I mean, Chinese ancient language already gave their interpretation like thousands of years ago to tell what collaboration means. And now we're collaborating with computers. All right, hashing to the current field thinking by one word a day with Sophie.